Choose me.
Choose me.
Let us suppose you want to buy a bag. Assume that you have just two options in front of you, a paper bag and a plastic bag. Considering that you care for the environment, which bag would you buy? A paper bag or a plastic bag? Let us try to find the correct answer with a slightly different perspective. Let us first look at how a plastic bag and a paper bag is manufactured. To manufacture such products, you need electricity and you need water. However, if we look closely, we realize that a plastic bag requires 71% less energy compared to a paper bag. And when it comes to water, to make one paper bag, you need 3.93 liters of water compared to just 0.15 liters of water which is required to make one plastic bag. Now, once the product is manufactured, it needs to travel some distance to be able to reach to you so that you can go to your nearest shop and buy it. You will be amazed to know that one paper bag approximately consumes 2.19 liters of diesel to reach you, whereas one plastic bag just consumes about 0.22 liters of diesel. Well, this is mainly because plastic units are located closer to the city compared to the paper units. Next we move when you have purchased your favorite bag from the market and started using it. Honestly, tell me, how many times you would actually be able to use a paper bag compared to a plastic bag? Needless to say, a plastic bag is any day stronger than a paper bag, and therefore, if used well, it will last longer. And what if it rains? Which bag would you take out? Obviously, a plastic bag. Assuming that you have used your bag enough and it is time now to purchase a new one. So, what would you do with your old bag? Well, if you are a good citizen, you would recycle it. You would, however, again be surprised to know that a plastic bag has a recycling value of 5 to 6 times compared to a paper bag which has a recycling value of just 2 to 3 times. And if you are a careless citizen, which unfortunately majority of us are, you would throw it away and your waste would therefore end up in landfill site and mixed with the soil, or burned away and therefore cause air pollution, or thrown in the rivers, thereby causing water pollution. Worst case, it would choke your animals to death, who would consider it as a food item and consume your waste. Now, although plastic is non-biodegradable and takes millions of years to decompose, however, if you look at the total solid waste being generated, you would see that paper generates 5 times more solid waste compared to plastic. This is a huge difference. Now, before I proceed, let me also present to you some more facts. Look at this. A plastic bag emits 50% less greenhouse gases compared to a paper bag. To be precise, a plastic bag emits around 31 grams of carbon dioxide equivalents compared to a paper bag which emits approximately 100 grams of carbon dioxide equivalent. Now, look at what have we actually done. If I go back, we have talked about manufacturing, that is how the product is manufactured. Then we talked about distribution, which is how the product reaches you. Then we have talked about consumption, that is how you are actually using the product. And finally, we have talked about disposal, that is what you finally end up doing with the product after you have used it. We have thus made the life cycle of both these products. Look at this: manufacturing, distribution, consumption, and disposal. And we have also looked at what kind of impact each product is making at each and every step of its life cycle. So, overall, what are the different elements that we have looked at? Well, we have looked at what is the amount of waste which is being generated. We have looked at what is the kind of impact my products are making on the biodiversity around us. We have also looked at the air and the water impacts. We have looked at the total energy being consumed by these two products, and we have also evaluated what is the amount of carbon dioxide gas or even the other greenhouse gases that are being emitted because of these two products. And mind you, we have looked at all these factors, and we have looked at these factors across the life cycle of each and every product. Now imagine a child being able to apply this knowledge, being able to use this skill to make each and every decision in his life. Whether it is a simple decision of buying a paper bag or a plastic bag, or a complicated decision to make a gadget or to buy a gadget, to go to Pizza Hut, to go to KFC, each and every decision, if it can be impacted by the logic that we just showed you, rest assured that such a child will be able to make a decision which is smart, which is sustainable. And this is exactly what we want to do through our Sustainable Green School program. We want to establish that culture of sustainability in your school such that each and every child grows up to become a smart decision maker and is therefore able to make a successful transition to the emerging green economy.